On the VT5, I have a top end cut. It's pretty drastic. It's 10 dB at 28K. Now, because it's so high, you would think that it would just dull everything down, but it doesn't actually do that. It actually brings the mix more into focus. And what it does do is it like a little bit of the harshness on the top end, it tames it. So I'm gonna play the record without it, with it completely off, and then turn it in click by click so you can see what's going on.
Okay, shit, I just woke up in the animal.
So that's without it completely off. And then I'm gonna dial it back in.
Orange Richard, I just had bust down a cantaloupe. Niggas want beef and I'm trying to be vegan, but fuck it, they bring a can of smoke. I can't see niggas.
So you can see a little bit of the hi-hats go away, like, you know, just sit back into the mix a little better. And also it's just the sound of everything going through the 8 tubes in here that does that. So again, I'll just turn it out and in.
Okay, shit, I just woke up in an animal. I just woke up in a Lambo. Flawless with gets in an Orange Richard. I just had bust down a cantaloupe.
And the thing is, that is on from the jump. It's on from the beginning. So the way it sounds, it informs everything I do in the box after that. Now, I didn't actually have this unit when I mixed this record originally, but I've kind of fitted in to make it work with it, because now since I got it, it's been on every mix that I have. Works really, really well. And it, like, you know, even if I need like a little bit of a, again, with this record, I didn't need it because I did so much to the kick, and I had the voice of God for the low frequency stuff. But sometimes I'll boost 2 dB at 20 hertz, and that just brings the bottom up a little bit. I do use the high boost from time to time, like a 16K boost every now and then, but I tend to do more of that in the mix than actually boost it with this, because this blanket lead brings everything up. And I like to have my vocals be really clear and everything be really clear, but I don't like to be considered being overly bright. That's just not my sound. Like, I try to be a little warmer. Everything is clear, the vocals are, there's a lot of top end information, but I don't want them to be considered like overly bright.
Okay, shit, I just woke up in an animal. I just woke up in a Lambo. Flawless with gets in an Orange Richard. I just had bust down a cantaloupe. Niggas want beef and I'm trying to be vegan, but fuck
it's without the mix bus.
Smoke. I can't see niggas in the blast stove.
So with everything.
Smoke out the bag too big for a sack. Do you see a baby hair going on a back? Try to look just like a.
And then I actually have, I can show you what I'm doing on each piece of hardware. So that's what was committed on the horns. The EQ is flat, just high frequency compressor and the diode circuit and a little bit of width. But on the actual mix, and you see it says mix 4 over here. So that's every time I change something, like I'll do a new version of this. And I have one of these for every sessions that I run. And over here, like anything that's out of the ordinary, I'll write it here so it sticks out. So what we're doing, we're boosting about 2 dB at 50 and 2 dB at 16K as well. This is that high frequency compressor that just tames. So I think I have it at about 8K over here. And then the width's pretty standard, 1 and 1. We also have the Portico master bus compressor. Like, the way they do the depth and width is slightly different from the way the Fusion does it. So the depth EQ is just the center stuff, and the width is the side. So like, we're doing the high mids on the sides and the low frequency in the center. And the way it does it is it takes what's in the center and puts it to the sides in this pretty interesting way. I also have the VT5 over here, which I don't have in this recall right now. And all this is doing is it's just on and it's cutting 10 dB at 28K. And that kind of just focuses everything. I'll go anywhere from 8 to sometimes even 14, depending on the record. And, you know, that ends up taming like hi-hats, any harshness in vocals and stuff like that. So it just brings everything together. And in terms of signal chain, this is right after the Fusion. So it goes, I can show you again. It goes from the out of the Neve summing mixer to the Fusion to the VT5, and then it's hitting the West Audio, and then coming back in again through the MuX limiter, the inflator, the backs, curve bender, and Ozone 9. I'll usually have a clipper on here nowadays. There's this Acoustica one called Fire the Clip. There's another Acoustica one called Ash, and more recently I've been using Gold Clip, which is a Lavery emulation. It sounds really good. At this point, I think this record had enough saturation and stuff, so I didn't really need it. Play the hook one more time. We can...
He can get hit with the stitching. Shot for the 4, but I missed it. Tick tock, 10. Shots to your side like Tick Tock. When I bow down on my bitch, she come with a big rock. Do you wanna know how it is? What?